For the 9th game running, Chelsea fans leave the game having seen their team pick up 3 points. Ian Wright and Harry Redknapp will talk us through it in just a couple of moments. But Cesc Fabregas, despite spending most of the match sitting on the bench, was actually central to what happened on after 74 minutes. He was then involved in the goal 2.5 minutes later, scored by Diego Costa. Both of them are talking to Des Kelly.
Cesc, congratulations. That was a real test of the side's patience. You had to grind out a result there today.
Yeah, vital. I think we've been training all week on this mental aspect, especially for games like this, because I don't think we faced enough teams like this recently. And very deep block. We knew that it could be, difficult to create chances. They played their game. They had a plan. They did it very well. But thanks to this man once again, we have 3 points and fantastic.
You must have been itchy to get onto the pitch. As you say, your pass opened up the game. You had to be as patient as the team.
Well, it's. I think there is something that every pass I make, he makes it special. Probably it will count as an assist, but it was all him today. He fought for the ball. It wasn't the best, but we know that we had to go in behind. We had to push them lower and lower to put pressure. But yeah, I think the game was asking for a change, for something, and it happened, and I'm very glad for that.
And you've got an even more difficult job now, our impromptu interpreter. Can you ask Diego about his goal-scoring run? Is he enjoying his football now more than he ever has in his career?
Un momento de forma que espectacular, y como si sientes que este puede ser el mejor momento de tu carrera a nivel de goles y de forma de jugar.
Bueno, la verdad que me encuentro muy bien, no solo yo, como el equipo. Creo que cuando se defiende bien, se ataca mejor. Esa es una teoría que lo tengo. Bueno, la verdad que ha tenido momentos muy buenos. Todavía sé que puedo mejorar. No es mi mejor momento, pero bueno, estoy en un gran momento y ojalá que pueda seguir así.
He feels he's in a great form, but not the best. So I would like to see what was his best, to be honest, because he's playing outstanding. But he says that the best way to attack is to defend well, and the moment we are doing it, yes, they had a few chances at the beginning, but he feels the team is very, very compact, very well organized, and that makes it easier for the way we attack.
Outstanding job, thanks, Cesc. An outstanding job by Diego as well. Could you pass him to man of the match award?
Bueno, muchas gracias.
Merecido, nene, vamos.
Thank you.
Fantastic. There's a warning to the rest of the league, isn't it? I'm still not playing at my best. He's scoring goals, he's disciplined, he's effective up front for Chelsea at the moment. And if Cesc Fabregas decides to hang up his boots anytime soon, I think he's got a job as a translator in line, hasn't he? What was really interesting there, a couple of things that Cesc said. He said, we've been working on the mental aspect of a game like this and training for games like this. And the reality is, if you're top of the league, you're going to have lots of challenges like this over the next few months, and you've got to overcome them.
Well, that's what happens. And the gaffer said, Glenn Oliver said in the commentary that if they can overcome this and get something out of this game. You wouldn't say that Chelsea played particularly badly. Yes, West Brom did defend very, very well, but they came to frustrate, and they were frustrating. It was going to take something special from whether it's Fabregas coming on and doing something, whether it's Hazard, whether it's Costa. In the end, it was Costa.
And how frustrated would Tony Pulis feel leaving here? Because West Brom came, their game plan was clear, they set themselves up perfectly. And it so nearly worked, didn't it? Really frustrating, Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean, it worked obviously all week on how they were going to play, and the plan was that both the wide men were going to track the wing-backs of Chelsea all the way back, so it was the responsibility of Brunt on the far
Phillips,
side and Phillips on the other side to come all the way. The full-backs were going to go in with the wide men when they came in off the line.
Second half again there, right?
And that's what they did. So basically they end up with 6 at the back. But listen, Tony's he's come here today. No disrespect to West Brom, their players are not as good as Chelsea's players. So he's, it's no good coming here and go, we're going to go and attack Chelsea today and leave ourselves wide open and get beat 5-0. He's decided that this is what he and it was working fine. It was going. Chelsea were creating very, very little today. And as I said at our time, he's probably waiting for one good set play, a corner, free kicked in the box, and they thought they could nick a goal. But it took that man who's been in absolutely fantastic form, and what an amazing goal. Absolutely superb.
All his own work.
Yeah.
He's almost unplayable at the moment. He's in great form.
And in many ways, though, that goal was a consequence of the manager on the sidelines, constantly tinkering, constantly thinking, constantly changing the way that his team was setting up to try and find that out.
Well, we said, like H, remember H, he was saying that they've changed. You noticed it straight off the bat.
Yeah, he went with it. I mean, he started with a 5. It wasn't working. the wing backs. You know, he changed it. He stuck Moses out on the left wing and went to a 4, played 4-4. You know, then he went 4-3-3, changed it again. He was trying everything to get, you know, and when they scored, he went
back, didn't he?
He went back and
that was another decision of his to bring on Cesc Fabregas, who was influential in the goal.
But when it's not, you have to do something. You can't sit there and do nothing. That's what you have to do. Listen, when it works, you're a genius. When it don't work, you know, but you've got to do. You can't sit there and not make a decision. Whether it's right or wrong, you have to do something.
Well, the thing is, it was not one of Ces's most unbelievable assists, but it was all his work. But
what a finish, Ian.
Well, what he's done is, like we said, it's an amazing finish, a fantastic finish. But what he's done, he's just chased, and that's all he's had to do all game. Now, McCauley's worrying about him. He's just got to get that ball out of play, but he's not giving it up. And that's what you've got to do. Yeah,
he's back to the player that we saw, you know, the year before not last season. And he's back to the player I used to watch every week on TV and watch him play at Rafael, you know, when he was unplayable out in Spain. So aggressive. But his aggression is channeled now. He's not fighting people. He's not having rows. He's playing his football. He's still got that aggression like he showed there, but it's in the right way now.
And it's not easy, that is it, to take ill discipline from a footballer, but keep that aggression there.
And he's a fantastic striker. I mean, at the moment, he looks like the man who's got to be beat to be the, you know, he could win the Golden Boot this year. He'd be the favourite.
And we're going to rename Michael Ballack Mystic Michael, because in the first half he said we need a bit more creativity. Players have to run the risk to play the deciding pass in front of the box. ? Fabregas, and surprise, surprise, in the second half he made sure he gave himself a pat on the back on social media as well with another tweet there. That's the difference.
William
Fabregas
came on
playing direct, plays the ball immediately. If there is one question mark today over Antonio Conte, is it that at home, when you can go top of the league against West Brom, why only have 3 players on the field from the start?
Well, he plays with wing backs. He's got 2 holding midfield players, but you know, no, he's not going to just suddenly. They're winning. Why should he change it? Whatever he's doing the right thing, isn't he? 9 games. I mean, what a run they've been on. And this is a system that he was so successful with at Juventus, and then I thought he got the absolute maximum out of the Italian national team in the Euros, and I just couldn't believe when he came in, didn't play the same system. I was looking forward to him playing it. I love this system personally, you know, and he didn't do it early on, but then he changed it, and since then it's worked fantastic.
And like I said, he's got the maximum out of the Italian team doing it. He's getting the maximum out of Alonso and Victor Moses. Yes, they were nullified a bit today, so too was Hazard, but in the end, they stuck to it, kept going. He changed the system a couple of times, and they got it.
He's got the players, he's getting everything out of them. They're playing for him.
And he's not necessarily had the credit he deserves for trying 4 at the back and then changing it when he realised it wasn't working and going to 3 at the back. And you can see the fixtures that Chelsea have got coming up now, and you know, the challenges keep on coming. But you would look at Sunderland, Palace, Bournemouth, Stoke,
run of games.
Until that Tottenham game, they would want to get maximum.
And the thing about it is that with what they've had to go through today, and they did defend well, West Brom. Not many of those teams will be able to defend as resolutely as that, so they'll get a lot of confidence from that win.
And yesterday we saw Manchester City live on BT Sport, and I think we still don't know the formation that Pep Guardiola is favouring at City. We don't know the players he's favouring. Manchester United, very similar. Jose Mourinho doesn't quite know his favoured starting 11. Whereas here, I think you know the formation. I think the players know the formation. The impact that he's had, particularly compared to the last 2, it's been almost...
And then, like you saw, look how many times he changed it, and the players knew exactly what they're doing in every single one of the changes. Yesterday, what we saw with Manchester City was 50 different players being used, and still they're playing yesterday, and they didn't know what they were doing on the pitch yesterday.
No, the 2 Manchester clubs at the start of the year were probably favourites. You know, you looked at Man City, you thought Man City, Man United are going to be, you know, Man United with Pogba coming in, Mourinho there. But at the moment, they look probably like the 2 outsiders out of the big 6. You know, it looks more Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool look more likely than the 2 Manchester clubs at this particular time.
Well, how do you see it at the moment in terms of your favourite for the league? Do you still see Chelsea there?
I think that's a big win for them, because that's the 9th win on the spin for them. It was a tough game, and they know where they are. The pressure's on now, and they've won that game. You know, they've got a run of games coming now where you fancy them to win them. So I do believe Chelsea are the ones to beat. I think that Arsenal, with a little bit more resoluteness about them as well, they can chase them as well. Tottenham, if they go to Man United today, you have to say they've got half a chance. If they can get something, it's wide open. But Chelsea, I think, are the ones to beat.
I still don't think that anyone's convinced you yet.
No, they haven't.
I mean, even here, for the first 20 minutes, you were looking at Chelsea and asking questions.
I've been here. I mean, I came the other week and watched them against Tottenham, and for 40 minutes, Tottenham completely outplayed them. Completely could have been 2 or 3 goals in front. So it's wide open. I just couldn't. Which is great. You know, it's going to be an exciting. No one's going to run away with this league.
But that's the thing, like H said there. You know, Tottenham played them for 40 minutes, but then Chelsea hung in that game.
Chelsea
and
resolute,
won it. And the same with this one today again. There's something about them. They're not giving up.
But we have to remember this team, you know, the year before last, they were champions, weren't they?
Yeah.
And they got winners.
But 10th last season, you know, he's had to turn this around.
They had a season off, come back and win it.
That's the way to do it, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
We'd all have that, have a little break and then come back and be brilliant. But what you see here today, after all your years in management, I mean, this is an example of just sheer hard work on the training field, isn't it?
Well, the system is, you know, he's found a system that, again, that he's used before, and he likes that way of playing. And it suits the players. The players are obviously bought into it. They're happy with it. They feel it's something that they can enjoy doing. But when it's not working like today, he wasn't scared to change it. He went to a 4, and he thought, OK, look, you know, we need a goal. I'll go and stick 2 wide men and push Moses out on the left. Then he changed it again. And then once they scored, he went, OK, now we're 1-0 up. We don't need to score another goal. We're going to go back to a 5. I'll bring Ivanovic on, who won some great headers defensively, and he gives them more strength defensively as a wing back. So they went to suddenly it was a stronger look. Right, we have what we hold, you know, what we have.
There's a lot of work going on in the training ground. You can obviously see that the amount of times he changed. But what is the ingredient was getting them over the line is one of their top players is coming up with the goods. Yeah. Today it was Diego Costa. He chased a no-hope ball, really. You know, Michael Bannock can tweet as much as he wants. That's not the kind of creativity he's looking for from Cesc Fabregas, but he was the one who played the ball forward. But that was all, like Cesc said, that was all Diego Costa, and that's sometimes all you need in the game.
And strength and depth as well. I mean, you have a look at their bench, you know, Willian available today, Fabregas, Batshuayi, £30 million, doesn't even come on. Yeah. We have to, you know, speak about West Brom, because regardless of not getting the result here today, they are starting to play the kind of football that we would expect under Tony Pulis, and it's looking effective, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to be hard to beat, you know.
OK, right. The reason why Harry was so brief was because the news came through to us. Antonio Conte is down in the tunnel, waiting to speak with us. So let's go live right now.
Thanks very much, Jake. Antonio, did we see your side's true character today? You had to be patient.
Yeah, we showed this, and it's important. It's important because when you face this type of team, it's very difficult to break down. And I think we played. We tried to play our football and to find the right space. But today, it was very difficult to find space because there are a lot of players behind the ball and to occupy every space. Very good. I'm pleased for the character of my players, for the patience they put in the field. Now. We have to continue to recover because on Wednesday we'll have another tough game, but I'm pleased.
Diego Costa in the past may have got frustrated in that kind of environment. Today he's now channeling his aggression into goals. What a fabulous goal it was by him too.
Yeah, it's fantastic. His commitment, he's worked great during the game with the ball, without the ball, and. He was very good to win the ball and to score the goal. Yeah, he's playing a fantastic football. I repeat, in ball possession without the ball, and it's very important because he's working a lot for the team.
And of course, you not only brought Fabregas on, which opened up the game, you changed the system as well. You weren't afraid to do that. You were looking for answers and a way through. Yeah,
during the game, I tried to change the cards and to find a different solution because I repeat, West Bromwich prepared the game very well with great organization, mark man in every zone of the pitch, and for this reason it was important to change the plane. And Cesc is a good player, a fantastic player, and I liked it a lot when he can come in, and also Willian, and also Ivanovic.
And it worked. Well done, Antonio. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
He's so different in those interviews, isn't he, Harry? We see him bouncing around there. He covers about as much ground as Diego Costa during a game, and then he's very calm and collected.
Yeah, but he shows great enthusiasm, doesn't he? I mean, you know, it's good. You see him at the end there with the players at the end of the game as well. He's on the pitch with them, and he's loving every minute of it. He's come here doing a great job, great club to manage for him.
Absolutely. And they've responded around here, the atmosphere.
Yeah, they love him,
It's fantastic. So we'll see you Tuesday night, will we? Everton, Arsenal?
Yeah.
Looking forward to that one?
I am, to be honest, yeah. Arsenal in a good vein of form, Everton not playing as well as they'd like to, and I think that with Chelsea winning tonight, it would be a good one to go up to Everton and try and win.
Absolutely, been a bad weekend so far for Manchester City. We shall wait and see what the likes of Liverpool and Spurs can do over the next little while. Just to remind you, if you want to see Torino up against Juve, then you can. Joe Hart in action in that one. And up next here on BT Sport 1, Borussia Mönchengladbach up against Mainz from the Bundesliga. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your company. I'll see more of you on what is a busy old week for football. But today, despite the best ever of West Bromwich Albion, was Chelsea's day once again. 9 on the spin.